Hello, the game has started. It's my opponent to go first. I have a shocking rack and I'll be changing almost certainly. Opponent plays bearer. Yeah, I think, it's marginally better than changing. I think I'll just take the 22 points and deal with the rack. Okay, that's a little bit better. Assisted by the blank. Tie. I have the ISO prefix. ISO tiers, no. Wow, this looks close to a bingo actually. Not seeing it. What about just IS? That's not a bad rack leave. It's only 13 points, but wow, it's tempting. Yeah, I think I'll go with this. Okay, I have pirates and I have parties definitely bingoing. Through the EW, that would be nice. Not seeing anything there. Praties. Oh, okay. Re-win. Okay, what about Pastia? That looks fine. 84. I draw fairly balanced rack. Jointure, nice bingo, almost 100 points. I've got Polk for 30. Do I have something from this K, the K here? I have the IER ending. And I have the like suffix. Rune-like, no. I think I'll go with Polk. Decent rack leave. Re-oiling. Okay, opponent regional through an A. Okay, so is there a Eloina through an E. So re-oiling is fine. I don't see one. I don't see a 7 here, although I don't see it. Okay, re-oiling it is. I draw the Z, but the rest of the rack pretty ropey. Okay, opponent scores well there with food. Wowee. I think it's, I don't know if it's, no, it's only Wowee with an O, I think. What have I got? I've got owl. Maybe hang on to the Z. I have Lutz on my rack. Was gets rid of the Z and the U. Gives easy scoring back to opponent. 43 is attempting. It's tempting to take the points. What about Lutz here? That's 33, 10 fewer points, but much safer. What about Lutz here? 41. Yeah, I think I'll go with this. It's just leaving the ZE there was just crazy. Yarto. Okay, he scored well there. Now looking at Vow as an option. 26. What about not seeing great options through this E. I do have Ohm. That'll score decently. 31. Yeah, I think I'll go with Ohm for 31. Okay, there's still a blank to come. Opponent takes my Vow spot. Vivas looks okay. 33. I've got the man component of a word. Weak man. I don't think that's... you can have a strong man competition, but haven't heard of a weak man. What about the J? Whale. I do have a whale. Whale there. I have the male component. Woman. I have... Yeah, just not seeing a great scoring spot for these tiles. I could just play AW. Is that madness? really strong rack leave. Wow, that's tempting to do that. 11 vowels, so fairly balanced bag. What about this T? A waterman. I think that's good. Waterman. Wow, will that remain available? Oh, it has remained available. He's played Zoes. That was handy, and I draw the Q. So, aquanaut, not quite. Aquatone onto an E. Oh, there's no E to play onto. I have quota for a mozza up here. Opponent's likely to block that. Re-win. I have... What do I have? Nothing onto the F. I have quonk for 28. The O, not a particular danger. Aquatone, wow. What about a word like a quantal? That would be nice. Quantal, 41. Not a bingo, but I do like the score. Takes out a bingo lane, I guess. Well, 2 bingo lanes. I think I actually prefer this. The A is very useful, as is the N. So I think if opponent bingos, it's likely to be through the A or the N. Aquanaut almost plays. Actually, it does. No, it doesn't. Aquanaut, the O would need to be a U. Okay, opponent plays tech. So, this is interesting. Quotha doesn't play. Quena does, but I think Quantal is the way to go. Even if he does get a good score underneath. 41. He doesn't have an I. Interesting. Now, what do I have? I have Eek. 15. Can't really play under the Q to good effect. 17. Hanging on to a few vowels. I don't think my opponent will be able to go out in 2. Maybe he will. Uoi is good. EU, it almost plays under there. EUOI. That's where it fails. Yeah, not a great board for vowels. I can't even play above XIS. Okay, opponent plays get. Can I go out in 2? I did spot it. EAU. No, that doesn't work. EAU. I don't have an A. I keep thinking I have an A. Eek. 15. And then Oi for 17, unless he blocks that. Yep, he can't block it. So 17, and then he'll go out with Tang or Gun. Or something better, maybe. Gun, yep. And that's the end of the game. 395 to 473. Thank my opponent for the game. Let's see what we missed. Go back to the beginning. So Barry was best with a E rack leave. Opponent went with Bearer. And I had this horror show to deal with. I went with Awi. That seems fine. Plex for 34. That was best for opponent. Now isotons. Samitis. Sanitize. Sometimes with the blank you just, I didn't see them. And satirize. Yeah, so that's a real miss. Samitis. And the isotons one, yeah. Wow. Ostiaries. It's quite nice through the R and the E. But yeah, really satirize. You shouldn't really be missing at this level, but we do miss from time to time. And then that's a pretty shocking rack. Re-win for 16 or ruin for 11. Nothing great on offer. Now, Pastier was 84, but there was a 86 point play at H1. Triphase, getting the P doubled and the whole word tripled. Very nice. Triphase, an electrical term maybe? I don't know. So I went with Pastier, and then Jointure, which opponent wouldn't have had. Interesting. If I played Triphase, not sure if he would have had a bingo there. Anyway, that was nice. Jointure for 98. Now, Onlooker. That's a little bit trickier to spot. I mean, in terms of thinking of the word beginning with an O. But yeah, Onlooker in 2 spots. And look at this. Onlooker. There's a different bingo. It's Oerlikon. Very nice. Through the eye. But Onlooker, that was another miss. Yarto for 32 looks fine. And then re-oiling for 72. Ligroin onto the E of... through the eye. Yeah. Ligroin. It's quite nice. Re-oiling was fine though. and food for 32. And then was and Lutz. Was left the Z, E. Their opponent could have scored a Mozza. A lot of letters go after Z, E. So I'm happy I didn't play was. Lutz was only 2 fewer points, but a lot safer. And opponent would have scored a massive amount. He would have had the D, and he would have had BED or VIED. You would have scored about 60. So glad I opted for the safer spot. Now Bedevil for 42. Onto the L, getting the V tripled. That would have been nice. He went with Vibe for 37. Ohm for 31 was the highest score, but Avow 27. Wow. So the rack leave a lot better getting rid of the V. That's why the equity jumps up quite a bit, even though the score is higher. And then Foy for 26 looks okay. Vivas for 33 took out that lane. What else was offered? Vors and 12. Rewins and Vors. Yeah, I mean, it's quite a hot lane there. I don't know if I like that too much. For 29, Vivas took out, as I say, that trip lane. It did burn the S, but Shrewing through Rewin. That's quite nice. Shrewing and retaining the precious Val. Tricky to spot. Opponent went with Zoes, and that left Waterman open for me, but also Wheelsman through this L at the bottom. Wheelsman and Whaleman. Very nice. Getting the Whaleman, getting the M tripled. So, but Waterman was okay. And then Tech for 32 looks best. Now, Quai for 38, 10B, QUAI, yeah, not bad. Takes out a very useful lane there. And there is a U and an I and quite a few vowels to come, so that Q could have been a high scoring play for opponent. So I went with Quantal, and I'm still happy with that. Took out 2 lanes, 1, 2, and 3 potentially if you count the K. Opponent goes with Ged, and then Eek for 15, Oi for 17. I just played them in a different order. And that was just the end game stuff at the end. So, yeah, a few misses there with the blanks. Sometimes just tricky to spot the word. But a pretty good game. Hope you enjoyed watching that game, and I will see you next time.